Find the extreme value of f of x equals x minus 2 cosine of x only on the interval -2 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 0. Since the closed interval is provided, we will make a table with the endpoints -2 and 0. We then find any critical points and add them to the table. To find the critical point, we differentiate f of x to get f prime of x. The derivative of x is 1 minus 2 times the derivative of cosine of x is negative sine of x. Simplifying this, we have 1 plus 2 sine of x. This trigonometric function is continuous and defined everywhere. We only need to find where this is 0. So we set it equal to 0 and solve for x. -1 equal to sine of x. And so 2 sine of x equals -1, or sine of x equals -1 over 2. On the interval -2 to 0, sine of x is -1 over 2 only when x is -pi over 6. We only go from -2 to 0. There is another value over here. First, we have -pi over 6, and this is -5 pi over 6, but -5 pi over 6 is less than -2, so we don't use it. The only one critical point is x equals -pi over 6. We then plug these into the given function f of x equals x minus 2 cosine of x and evaluate them. F of -2 is -2 minus 2 times cosine of -2. F of 0 is 0 minus 2 cosine of 0. F of -pi over 6 is -pi over 6 minus 2 times cosine of -pi over 6. We won't be able to use a calculator to obtain the absolute extreme value in this case, because if we were to use a calculator, most likely we will get a decimal approximation. To get the exact extreme values, we would need to determine out of these three numbers, out of these three values, which one is the smallest and which one is the largest. First, with -2 minus 2 cosine of -2. Cosine of -2 is an angle going clockwise. It is less than -pi. It is in the third quadrant, so cosine of -2 is a negative number. -2 minus 2 times a negative number, which is a -2 plus some number. And so this result will be more than -2. On the number line, we have -2. -2 add a number will be on the right hand side of -2, and that number is more than -2. For f of 0, 0 minus 2 cosine of 0 is 0 minus 2 times 1, which is -2. And so far, we have two values already. One is exactly -2, one is on the right hand side of -2. The third number is -pi over 6 minus 2 times cosine of -pi over 6. This is -pi over 6 minus 2. Cosine of -pi over 6 is positive √3 over 2. And this number is -pi over 6 minus √3. With pi being roughly 3.14, -pi over 6 is approximately negative 1/2, because pi is approximately 3, minus root 3. Root 3 is about 1.7, and so this is negative 2.2, which is on the left hand side of negative 2. And so with these three numbers, we see that the one on the right hand side is the absolute maximum, which occurs at x equals negative 2. And the one on the left hand side of negative 2 is the absolute minimum, which occurs as x equals negative pi over 6. And so we write the absolute maximum value is negative 2 minus 2 cosine of negative 2. And the absolute minimum value is negative pi over 6 minus the square root of 3. And these are the exact answers.